Okay, so you're getting ready to redesign your website. So you start sort of cruising through the internet and you're looking for really good ideas and you come across the site of someone you absolutely love. Let's say Kris Carr, right? She's amazing. She's this incredible health guru and she has this awesome energy. And so you're just going to basically use her design, right? Wrong. Let me tell you why. I'm Susie Istvan from Social Susie Designs, and I want to talk to you today about why basically just ripping off someone else's website isn't going to work for you. So, first of all, there's kind of the moral issue of stealing is wrong and just basically ripping off someone's site is taking their hard work, their designer's hard work, and just kind of recreating it as your own, and there's that. We get that. We know it. I don't think most people that borrow heavily from someone else's design are bad people with bad intent. I think most of the time what happens is that people are so enamored by the success and the personality and the vibe that they get from someone else's website that they feel like they could just sort of steal bits of that and use it for their own. The problem is it never works. And here's why. Kris Carr, on paper, has a ridiculous website design. Now, before you get mad at me, let me just tell you, I'm a huge Kris Carr fan. I brought proof just in case. I have her books in my house, in my office room right now. I love her. I love her work. I love her brand. On paper, her website and her brand break pretty much all of the rules. There's a huge header with a picture of her and she's not looking directly at the camera. There are kind of really bright colored icons all over the place and you're not quite sure where to click, and there's a few different fonts that are kind of mixed together that don't really make sense. And the reality is if you were to take all of that stuff and just plop it onto your website with your picture and your name, you would look ridiculous. Kris Carr's website would look terrible on you. Here's why it works for Kris Carr. She has mastered this bright, vibrant, exciting brand where you are supposed to feel kind of overwhelmed in a really good way, kind of enveloped in her community, like you're really a part of it from the second you get there. And there's a lot of thought and a lot of attention and a lot of psychology even that goes into creating and implementing a design like that. What I'm saying is that you can't just take Kris Carr's well thought out, amazing design and put your name on it and get the same effects. You will look like you're wearing someone else's clothes. They won't fit. You'll look kind of ridiculous. The same is true for, by the way, Danielle Lepore or Marie Forleo or, even Derek Halpern. You can't just grab their design and stick your name on it and expect it to work. The reality is you've got to do the process of figuring out how you want your ideal clients to feel when they interact with you, what you want them to do when they're on your website, and map out from there exactly what the web experience should be, whether it's by yourself or with a designer, and make something that's really authentic to you and to your message and to your design aesthetic. So the other hint I'm going to give you, though, when you feel really tempted to just sort of take someone else's site, I want you to sit down and start to look at these websites and this branding with a really clinical eye. Maybe have a notebook right next to you while you're looking through the website. And I want you to start to figure out what it is you're responding to. A lot of times it's amazing photography. Like you think you want their entire site. Really, you just want some really good professional photography that showcases you in your element in looking your absolute best doing what you love. That's a lot of times what you're responding to. Sometimes you love the font style or the typography choices. They just feel really great to you. Sometimes it's the color palette and the way it jives. Sometimes it's the way something is placed a certain way, like that's really making you feel warm and invited. Start to break things down into elements and figure out what it is about that site that is making you feel like you want it, and then start to take those elements into that map you made for yourself, into that strategy you set out, and start to figure out which of those elements could help to accomplish those goals in your strategy, and maybe in a really authentic way start to build that site that looks amazing to you and will make your audience say, okay, I'm on her website, not I'm on a ripoff of Marie Forleo or a ripoff of Kris Carr. So when I say that Kris Carr's website would look terrible on you, it's because it looks amazing on Kris, and I want you to build something that's going to look amazing on you. Tell me in the comments, when has this come up for you? Whose site do you really, really love and would you love to have some elements of? And when have you ever sort of felt that copycat urge coming on, and how have you resisted it? Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.